Every day, all day long. That's what people do. And then the younger generation, they see it. But don't you think they learn how to play those same games? So why do we wonder why we live in the midst of chaos? I'll say again, you can't master this art until you understand this. That's why the first day in class, I give you the posture, see how you hold it. Moving around, eyes wandering, just. Traditionally, you have to hold the posture 1 hour. I don't hold people like nobody wouldn't train. But you hold the posture for 1 hour straight before you do anything else. You take the students, put them off in the bushes, so you go out there. You can't even be in the class. You go out there. It'll rain or storm, whatever, you're just there. When you can hold this thing for an hour, then you come inside with everybody else. That was the prerequisite. It means, can you physically withstand the discomfort of holding this posture for an hour? Mentally, can you withstand the demands on the mind? Because thought wants to say, well, look, why don't you just chill and slide? You really don't need to do this. That's not really important. This isn't martial arts. It's just something he gave you to do. So the mind tries to figure a way of getting around it. Then 6 months later, when you're in the class, and you find that you're not able to generate power, and I say, well, it's because you didn't hold the posture. Oh, I didn't know that. Well, you didn't take it for granted that I knew what I was doing when I gave you the posture to hold. But somewhere, you read a book that says, there's this, that, and the other. What's my point? We rather read from books than study with human beings, because we can put the book down whenever we're ready. But the human being is going to be demanding. That's why it's easier to worship a man that's been dead 25 centuries. He's not here to put any demands. People verbalize the demands, and you can choose, pick and choose. But that being is not here to say, this is what it is. Trained under a guru, where you have to sit from 6 to 12 hours. And I watch people sitting for 20 minutes and be like, oh, Lord. Imagine training where you have to sit for 6 to 12 hours. And if you decide to get up and leave, you just keep on leaving. Because now you can't come back. They want to see, can you withstand the pain and the boredom? You desire this liberation enough to overcome discomfort. That's how we use this. Put you in a situation where your emotions are inflamed. To see, can you maintain equilibrium? That's how we use this. Put you in circumstances where your instinctual fears rise. To see, can you stay focused? That's how we use this. Because then we can better discern the person that can be helped at this level. Many people cannot be helped at this level because too much has happened. We've seen people come through the door, stay here a month, 2 months, and sooner or later the real person comes out and they say or do things according to well, they really can't be here. Yeah, I'm saying this all this morning for a reason. I'm saying this for a reason. These 7 levels are the totality of human beings, the human experience, and the world in which we experience. This is it right here. Right here. But these two, these are the monsters. Was the ego and the id and all that stuff, they just dance. This is the playground. They just dance up in here. And you find that this doesn't work. So if the art is synchronization of body and mind, you synchronize these two. Any yoga, any self-improvement has to do with synchronizing the mind and the body. Not possible when you still have conflicts in these two. That's why you have people that have been in martial arts 30 years and still acting fool. They'll run around and go and fight somebody. You should have experienced that at this level, which would help you move to this level, where you overcome yourself, your emotional body, that negative body, where you overcome the instinctive body. You should have achieved all of that. Then these two work. And when these two work, then you find yourself right here. I'm going to say it again. This is theoretical until you transcend this. This is theoretical. Because the same mess that's in you, you're going to take to the spiritual place of spiritual practice. The temple, the mosque, whatever. The same mess that lies unresolved, you're going to take to this place here. So this today is not entertainment. It's the last class of the year. And everything we've experienced this year and years past can be summed up in this right here. You can learn communion form. You can learn Bodhidharma. You can learn rooting form. You can learn Menzen form. Learn any of those forms. They're just physical movements. Just physical movements, unless you get a response here. I saw something early this year that really impressed me when Sister Kenyatta, we went to the demonstration. And there was chaos, and they were talking, and people walking back and forth, just pandemonium. Everybody was at random. And Kenny came in, I could see she was preparing herself. Got herself ready, went up and worked the form in the midst of all this noise. See, she had to have overcome something emotional. Some feeling of intimidation. Maybe because she's danced before, so she's able to get in front of people. But to me, it wasn't just the doing of the form. I saw that she had overcome something. Maybe not because of this class, but in her life, she's overcome the fear. The need to be protected and the fear of being in front of others, doing something that she's never done before, in front of people. That was important to me. It was important to me. So I knew that she had achieved a mental equilibrium. Yeah, there's noise going on, but I can stay focused right here. And I can practice this form that requires a lot of balance and rhythm and agility, all of that. And she never was pulled out of any posture. It came off well. That's what I was looking at. I appreciated the way she performed the form physically, but I was looking at the emotional and the instinctive content. Because with not having this in hand, the mind would not have been balanced enough to perform the form properly.